Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy, James, where I'm here today to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Let me move my microphone closer because that's not going to happen this video, but we'll live to fight another day. Joining me is my co-host, Mrs. Belle. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hello, good morning. Happy 16 days after Juneteenth, y'all. Like the
Yes.
video, share it, subscribe. James is really, really close, I believe, right now to 400. Let's get him to 400 so then we can get him to 5.
Yes, y'all, I would appreciate it because we work hard on this every week to make sure we give y'all a great show. But while you're subscribing to me, go ahead and subscribe to my bestie, Mrs. Best. Any reviews or recaps I don't cover on my channel, it's because we're over on her channel. We have a slew of shows we do together and apart. So check out her content. It is absolutely amazing. We love to see her growth. We love to see where she is in this YouTube world because it's not easy, especially when you're not paid to do this. So with that being said, y'all, let's get into this episode. So this is called Zaddy Daycare. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I'm going to keep this as entertaining as possible because the show didn't really give us much. So we going to do our best. But it actually opens up with the same dinner conversation with Carrie and Matt and their mamas, Miss Marlene and Miss Eleanor. So the conversation still is said about the whole property in Louisiana that's 400 acres. Carrie feels that her mother-in-law is being very, like, I wouldn't say calculated, but it was just like it's a manipulation tactic that she uses to not only get resources from Matt, like helping her with, maybe upkeep on the property taxes and things of that sort. It just seems like for it not to be in Matt's name fully, she feels like she is taking complete advantage of the situation. Which, when she explained it in that way, I understood it better. However, if my mom calls, I'm there. Like, I can't turn away from my mother, regardless of how small or big it is. I have to be there. Now, if I can't be there, then one of my other siblings will take my place. I don't know if Matt has siblings or not. I don't know. We have not met any siblings on the show. They have not mentioned any siblings from my knowledge. But it just seems like a lot is put on Matt for him to show up in ways that his father showed up. And I think that that's where Carrie's frustration. And on the other part, Miss Marlene is trying to be corrective action, which telling Carrie not to work as much as she need to be at home, cooking and cleaning and everything. And it's like, well, wait, you can't be in these people's household running their marriage. Like, it just cannot happen that way. And Carrie is getting loud. She's getting agitated. And Matt is telling her, listen, you the only one yelling at this table. And, and so Miss Eleanor pipes up and she says, listen, the problem with you and Carrie is y'all are too much alike. And I can see it. I didn't see it last week, but someone had put that in my comments that they're kind of alike. I didn't see it at first because they carry each other differently, like in their ways. So I didn't see it at first, but actually hearing what they were arguing about, they are the same person. They both want to win the argument. And Marlene tells her, no, it's Carrie. She's out of line. Y'all need to control that. And Eleanor said, wait a minute, now that's my child. You don't see me going over to correcting your child. She said, well, what would you do if Matt got in you and started talking to you like that? She said, oh, no, Matt know not to talk to me like that because he wouldn't have no teeth after he ended that sentence. So he know not to come over at me and talk to me like that. And Carrie says, Miss Marlene, I did not holler at you. I did not curse you. I didn't do anything. All I did was set my boundaries with you. It's not going to happen the way you want it to happen. I don't think that Matt should be tending to your every need the way he does. And even when it comes to this whole property thing, I'm the one that petitioned for it to be in Matt's name as well, since at the end of the day, you're going to will it off to him anyway. So I'm the one that's wanting to get that in writing. And she said, no, that's where you overstepping your boundaries, because me and my husband decided to have it the way we want to have it. And what I understood from that conversation was they wanted it to be kind of in hierarchy. So the father passes, it goes to the mother. Once the mother passes, it goes to the son. They don't want to preemptively do that, which is fine. But then that also could be messy. As I said, I don't know how many siblings Matt's have. It almost sounds like he's an only child. I don't know. But what I do know is, like, if he has other siblings and if y'all don't take care of this legally, it can get messy. So, Mrs. Best, how did you feel about this back to this opening scene with them being at dinner and them not coming to any type of agreement.
It's draining to argue with your in-laws. Like my mother-in-law does too much sometimes. And sometimes she get on my nerves. I just be letting it go sometimes because it's like at the end of the day, you live with your husband, not your in-laws. So I do feel like even though Carrie has some points, the way she's trying to put off her points is just as bad as Corella. And Cruella also has some valid points, but she needs to learn how to express herself appropriately. I think that's a good question. Does Matt have siblings? You know, I also think this is the example of this is the reason why the Bible says to leave and cleave. Happy Sunday, y'all. You're supposed to leave your parents and cleave to your spouse, whether you're a husband or a wife. So people who do put their parents first in a marriage are actually not doing the marriage part correctly. You should never put anybody or anything before your marriage. If it's a kid, you get a pass, though. If it's a kid under 18, you get a pass. But I kind of feel like Marlene is wrong to have high expectations and be talking, basically mess and coming at their marriage, but also questioning Carrie as a woman and a wife. Like, who the hell are you to do that? But then Carrie, that's still your elder, so you gotta keep it cool. Really, the problem, in my opinion, is Matt. He is the problem. A weak man can't stand up to his mom. A weak man cannot say no to his mom. Like, man up and say no. You can't be there for your parents. They raised us to go live our own lives. So you have to consider what works for you and your wife over your mom. But I think separate from Marlene, if you remove her from the situation, I feel like Carrie is problematic and doesn't I just feel like she may be problematic. And then Matt is too passive.
I 100% agree with you on that one. We're going to say hey to our friends in the chat here. Hi, Keywan. She says she's here, but she's about to drive. Please drive safe. You know, we want to see you thrive. And I love that you got your new car, girl. You just be out there. I love it. Um, Good afternoon, American Born. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. I gotta learn how to make you a moderator. I'm gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out one day. One day.
Just call me later today. Cause I be offering to help James with shit that he don't follow through.
I
Just
don't.
call me. Just
Child.
call me. My
I am.
lord.
I do 50 billion things a day, y'all. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call Mrs. Best. I'm texting her all day
I
anyway.
will
So
always help you. I'm always looking for a reason to not do homework. Call me.
see, don't say that because then I'm gonna make sure you do your homework.
I'm
Y'all
sick of
see,
it.
she the best up now. Y'all see, she the best up. Thank you for doing this preemptively. I appreciate you. But see, she the best up because now she said the word homework, so I'm not going to call her now because I know that's important as well, and I stand behind her with her getting that degree.
Man, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. You can still call. It literally takes 2 seconds. And that's what James is gonna do when I show him. Oh my God. I could have done this.
I already know that's gonna happen. We already know, but you ain't got to put my business out there like that. You already know.
Listen.
Y'all know. Okay, for y'all who don't know, Goldie from Flavor of Love said it best when she was talking about Hottie. That I'm a few chocolate chips short of a cookie. That is my motto. I live by it. I get it. Trust me. It just take me a minute more than others, but I'll get it eventually.
Not
But
it
anyways,
takes
y'all,
you a minute.
it take me a minute. Sometimes things take time. Greatness takes time. It doesn't
I
just
call
happen.
that stubborn ass Tauruses.
Whatever, moving on. So the next scene we have is Latrice is gonna have Tambra and Selena over because Selena has not picked out a wedding dress and her wedding is literally around the corner. I don't know what kind of wedding plan Selena is doing, but she is moving like a snail's pace. So Latrice has food. So I loved her food setup, y'all. I wasn't even paying attention to what she was saying in the scene. I was looking at those wings and grapes and fruit all lined up like that. I need to get that tray because I was too busy looking at that food to not know what was going on in the scene. But the uh, we got Watch Your Best Friends in here. Yes, that food looked great. It really did. So we get into the scene. Selena shows up there with the three dresses she had just ordered. We see a scene that she had with Letitia that they cut out that she had ordered actually up to 10 dresses and they're still coming in slowly but surely. She tells Tambra and Latrice that she has tried on over 40 dresses. Now, I don't know, because I've never had to really go through that. Listen, it's going to be very simple: white tux, a little train. That's all it's going to be. Nothing more, nothing less. With women, there is patterns, detail, fabric, so it's a little different. But I feel like 40 dresses is highly excessive. If you ask me, that is highly excessive because there can't be that many more patterns and terms and that you need to be picking out. Mrs. Best, I'm going to ask you before I continue with this seed: is 40 dresses overextensive, or am I not paying attention to other details?
I think that's crazy for a second wedding. If it was your first wedding, fine. This is not your first marriage, girl. You doing too much.
Okay, because I thought I was tripping. I'm like, Selena, like, what the hell going on? So Latrice has Rachel Wu, the famous wedding designer of Mississippi, come over to her house, and she has 41, 42, and 43 there for Selena to try on, and hoping that Selena would make a decision. Now, I will say the dresses were absolutely beautiful. That was a great plug in for this designer to get her dresses out there because they were extremely beautiful. I can imagine after this episode aired that she got a flood of email requests in her, website. I'm sure of it. But Selena tries on all three dresses. They were beautiful, and it made her decision even harder because when she is finished, she's telling Tambra and Latrice that she still got two more dresses flying in, so she doesn't have a decision yet. And I'm just looking at Selena like, so your goal here is to try on 50 dresses, and you know, I'm so confused.
Why are we
Like,
trying on dresses this close to the wedding? Because don't the bridal shower happen right toward the wedding?
mhm.
So what you usually you
I
have your
think
dress,
at
and
this
that's why
point,
brides be on a diet and stressed out and walking as much as they can. It seems like she's doing everything for the last minute or rushing it maybe for the show.
it could be that, but then also it could. I think she really is like this in real life. I do. I think that she is one of those last minute people who is highly indecisive. I had a supervisor like that where we were always in last place because she was so indecisive and could not make up her mind on the avenue she wanted all of us to go. So when we weren't making record numbers and stuff, then she would get mad and be like, well, why don't somebody throw out suggestions? And then when we throw out suggestions, she get mad about, oh, well, you can't do my job and everything. So it was like, okay. I said, all right. I knew I was only on her team for 3 months. I said, I got to get the fuck off your team because I can't work like this. So yeah, so Selena reminds me of that supervisor I had that was just, oh my God, could never make up her mind and would go through all kind of links in the job ain't that fucking hard. So yeah, the food did look great. Yep. This was a done made up scene. How's she going to try on 40 dresses and why wasn't the maid of honor there? That's a good question, American Born. I often wondered that as well because we did see the maid of honor later in the episode, but I don't know why she wasn't there.
I think Letitia had said this earlier because Letitia always throwing shade, but she was like Latrice or not Latrice. Lord, Selena's like people involved in the wedding are not like playing their roles appropriately.
Mm, that makes sense because it's showing, so I can see that. Oh, that is weird.
Yeah. I'm on my tablet, so
Okay,
maybe
I got you.
yeah. Sorry.
Not American Born. Not she waiting on Timu dresses. Oh, hey, listen, you.
Selena's so pretty though. I do feel like whatever she chooses will look good.
Hmm. Yeah. Which dress would you have picked for her out of the three dresses she tried on?
Oh, I didn't like any of them, but
Hmm.
I would have picked something different. I think she likes to wear stuff that's not for her body. Now, somebody small like me, skinny booty gang, okay, like some of those dresses would have worked, but Selena's got beautiful curves. I feel like she should choose a totally different style of dress, but I don't know. She seemed lost.
She do seem lost. She's. I thought that was my favorite actually. The last dress was stunning on her. I felt like it was appropriate, and I feel like it actually looked like a wedding dress. So I feel that that should
Why is she wearing white though? She needs to wear off white.
listen. I'm gonna go like this. Maybe the wedding was non-traditional. I don't know. Did she
Lord.
get married in the church? I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe it was
The bar is
non-traditional.
in hell though if we marrying people there's rumors about.
She's used to others making decisions for her. I can see that too. I can. I can see that. Yeah. But that was pretty much that scene. Did I miss anything, Mrs. Best? Did you need to say anything else, or can we move on?
No, you could keep going. Selena bores me, you know this.
I know that's why I really didn't ask you much because I know she does. The next scene we have is Marie. She's meeting up with her daughter's son, the oldest son, and her father. So Marie actually owns a property that she has kind of had dilapidated for the last 14 years because originally her and Essie were supposed to make this their main location, but ended up leasing a space. So that lease is coming up, and Marie's actually going to put the money into revamping and utilizing this space as their main headquarters and office. She has her children there because she had a conversation previously with her father about her children taking over her legacy because we know that Marie is highly ill. She has lupus and a lot of other autoimmune diseases that definitely take over and can definitely cause harm. So she wants to make sure, and also she plans to retire. She plans to retire December of this year. So she wants to make sure her kids are in place. Now, I'm going to take a little pause here. I feel like that's not enough time, Marie. And the only reason why I say that, y'all, is because her children don't have degrees in this field. I don't know if they have studied in this field. And I feel like less than a year is not enough time to fully have them jump on and lead this business as you retire. I feel like you need to give them at bare minimum 2 years. So that way they know the ins and outs, know if there's an how to fix it. So that way you can retire smoothly. Because I feel like what's going to happen is if she retires and lets her children take over the business, the ones that are old enough to do so, I feel like she's going to come out of retirement to help them if there so happens to be a violation that happens or an out of something. These type of businesses, something can always happen. So I feel like that is too soon. Mrs. Best, how do you feel about that?
Listen, when that boy said we can make this into a dispensary, you sound stupid. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her son. I'm not trying to be mean, y'all. How dense can you be? If a person wants to open a business or do something, they're going to research it. Why would you want to open a cannabis dispensary in a state where marijuana is not even federally or not even legalized
Is it?
recreationally?
I was gonna say it's never. Okay, I
It's
didn't
not
even know.
recreational. Like, weed is not legal federally. It's legal in a lot of states. Mississippi is not one of those states. And then when it is legalized and sold, they're selling that Delta 9, that fake weed versus the actual stuff that come out of a plant or from the ground. But her son just seems totally irresponsible as a whole. I don't think you need to have a like degree or background in mental health to work in mental health. They're opening up a lot of positions all over the country that they'll say like life experience or peer support because it's easier to relate to the people they help. But I don't take her son seriously. I'm not trying to be mean or down him. But I don't think he cares about nothing Marie said. It felt like everything about the business went in one ear and out the other. And he doesn't even seem to connect the fact that he can maybe work for his mom to open his dispensary. Like, he's very, what's that called? One track minded.
Hmm.
Like, he doesn't, you're not going to succeed if you're one track minded or always focused on doing stuff like by the book. You're just not. So I don't have any faith in her son. Zuri, I have lots of faith in, but I don't know if she wants that. Like, you can encourage your kids to have generational wealth and be involved with your business, but you can also encourage them to still do the things that they enjoy, and the things that they want to do with their life should not have to be put on pause because you want to retire. And she's not retiring. She's just going to be less present. I don't know why she keeps saying retiring.
Well, that's what she said. So, when I think of the definition of retiring, I think of the official you cutting ties and going on
You
vacation all
cashing
the
in your
time. Yeah,
IRA,
yes,
your
exactly.
401k. Marie,
Right.
she made it clear when she was explaining it. She was like, of course, I'm going to, still be a part and making sure the business runs smoothly, but I'm not going to be there. So it sounds like she's just not going to be like as present. But Zuri is a child and the boy is hopeless. So just come back, let Essie run things. Come back, Marie, when Zuri is like 27.
What you say, Keywan? And my destination, just want to sell weed. Maria's annoying me with this storyline. She's trying to make her son more than what he is, and he want to sell weed.
Cannabis industry isn't even profitable.
Not to what they think it is.
It's
Like,
not
exactly.
profitable. It's profitable in like certain parts of
Certain
Colorado.
parts
It's
of
a
it,
little
yes.
profitable in California, but most of
Right.
the places that succeed, like small cannabis builders, like Marie said, a license just to operate is $40,000. That's
Yep.
one of many fees. And then there's like heavy systemic racism built into the cannabis industry.
And not
It's a
only that,
thing.
very high tax dollars too.
The
Because they're
taxes is absolutely insane.
crazy. It's crazy. Like when I was learning about the business, because I have a cousin that is partnered with somebody. When he explained to me the capital, the designations, and the taxes, I was like, "So how is this profitable?
Exactly, and then
Like,
not to
how is
mention
this
they have to pay a lot of times growers to get stuff. Unless
exactly?"
you're in California, you're not going to be able to just pay growers for quality shit. You're going to have to order and have it shipped. Like it's a lot of cost that her son does not think about. But her son, he comes off as like a college student. Like he's not quite there. I don't know how old he is. Y'all know I don't know much about
I
Marie's
believe
son,
he's
but
25. He's 25, 26. Because he was 18 when she started the show. Because remember, he had three kids in the same summer at the same time.
oh, he's one of those arrested
So, yeah, he was
development.
18 at that time. The show's been on 7 years. So he's about 25 right now.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. He's not thinking about it. I think if you want to open a cannabis dispensary in any state, you got to have a lot of money and you also got to have a lot of drive. Separately from that, you want to open a cannabis dispensary in a state that does not acknowledge it. Um, for opioid, no, he made it very clear
Yeah, it was.
he
Yeah,
wants
I didn't
to.
think because I was thinking about. No, yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
But
Sorry.
Marie would be smart to go into that, especially since she works with people experiencing substance use disorder and addiction, because that is common. Suboxone and what's the other
Yep.
one? Methadone.
Methadone
And
and I forgot the other one. They
there's
just did a
like,
commercial on it.
there's a whole list of
Yeah.
them. I have a lot of clients on them. Marie would be smart to get into that, but she just needs to accept that her career is her career. Her kids don't seem interested.
Soboxine is another good one. Yeah, that's another one.
Suboxone, yeah.
Suboxone. Yeah. Yeah. If we want to take over, I'm with you, America. I feel like her springing this on them and then trying to retire in the same year. I don't think that that's productive. I don't, especially if they don't have any insight to this
Storyline.
business. It does come off as
Because
storyline.
that's a good point. You're gonna retire this year, but you're springing something on your kids. Let the boy get a haircut first before he could run a business.
I'm not mad at the hair. I'm just mad at the fact
I
that
am.
his mind is on wanting to start in cannabis and open up a dispensary when, as you said,
He think it's gonna be fun. He think he just gonna be getting high all day, hiring people, approving payroll. He's not thinking about the late nights and opening up the store and how he's gonna feed himself when he has the option of making payroll or
my friend who said owns a dispensary in Arizona and it closed down within the first 3 years because that's what his ass was doing. I'm like, how you gonna have customers and you can't even get out your own mind to help them because he's too busy laughing and giggling all the fucking time.
mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
like I
It's
was
still
like,
work. A lot of people, especially young people, feel like working with marijuana or doing anything legal with marijuana is just a fun time. Like it's still a job and you have to perform it appropriately.
yes. It's like you still got to be professional. Like you can't just because it's the forum does not mean you have to do that. He wants to say he wants the easy way out. He don't want to work hard. He still wants her to pay his way as if the lady doesn't have enough. I
That's on
do.
her.
I
She
but
spoiled him.
yes, she spoiled him. And the thing about it is when he had those three kids, I said it when I first started covering Bell Club because I did not do it the first season. I did it maybe I came in season 3 or 4. And I said, Marie, your biggest mistake was not requiring him to get a job when he had those kids.
Honestly, what
Because
were you doing that your child was allowed to run around and have so many kids that young? The way I would have pulled a Frank Mitchell and sent my child to somebody's boot camp, I don't care
he
if
would have
you
went
18.
somewhere.
I would have sent your ass away.
But the problem is he had them all at one time. It wasn't like it was spaced out.
That's even worse.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was spaced out. Literally, those three kids all were born the same year,
That's horrible.
within like months of each other. Because remember, he had two of his baby mamas on the show, Yvette and Peanut, as Niecy Dixon called them, and they did not get along. And so Marie had to pull them in to see if they could maybe get along for the sake of the kids. Like it was a mess. It was a whole hot ass mess. Um,
Lord.
okay, I thought it would behoove her to do that. Like if she had like a separate coordinated like space where she could go into that, but I don't know if she goes through like addiction medicine or anything. I don't know if that's what her I don't know what her facilities does. I just know it's primarily focused on, mental health, and I don't know what the rehabilitation is in her business. I don't know. But it would be smart for her to do it because she could make a lot of money because that's still something that is kind of taking over still. Exactly. He doesn't. And you can't when Maria's picking up the slack. Like when she's picking up the slack, he can't be successful. He has to be shaken into purpose. He wouldn't play basketball anymore. The moment he had kids, well, until you could figure out a way to do that on your own time, you got to get a job. Costco hiring, Sam's Club hiring, you got to go somewhere. Preferably Costco because they have free daycare. At least they did at one point. I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have it. So that's exactly where you would go. Wherever the daycare is free, that's where you need to be. So we gonna move on, y'all. We're gonna move on to the next thing. What was the next thing? But yeah, that whole scene. Good luck, Marie. If you're really serious about this, because we don't know storyline or real life, we don't know. But if this is real life for you, I think you need to come up with a different business plan if you're going to involve your children to take over your legacy. Just saying. So the next scene we have is Tampa. Tampa brings her baby London Simone over to Latrice and Cliff because they are going to babysit. Now, this is motive for Latrice to get Cliff on board to finally have this baby. So Tamara walk in with the baby. I don't know why she got these shades on this baby, but never mind. That's maybe the baby got a condition. I don't know. It looked like style to me. I don't know. But she's given Latrice. She actually had a printed out list of the baby's do's and don'ts. Tamara, I'm glad you didn't call me to babysit because that baby would have a Happy Meal and an orange soda at the end of it. Please stop playing with me. That baby would have had, like, I would have definitely deconstructed that list. Sorry. That's why nobody calls me to babysit because baby gonna get a Happy Meal and an orange soda when messing around with me. But anyways, y'all, so Tamara is nervous leaving her baby with Latrice and Cliff, but she knows that Cliff has children, has grandchildren, so the baby's definitely going to be in good hands. So soon as Tamara leaves, they start, playing with the baby, and then after a while, after Cliff, had the baby on his back, he put that baby down. That baby started running around everywhere, going up and down the stairs, messing with her, centerpieces on her table, kept taking the flowers off. But she said, baby, put that down. She said, come over here, get off that. And she said, oh, my back hurt already. I said, girl, it ain't been but an hour. What the hell? Yes, children are a lot. And I think she's seeing that. But in her mind, she feels that her plan is working because Cliff is also taken to the baby as well. And when you're a dad, naturally, that's what you're going to do, especially being a present father. You're going to naturally gravitate to kids because you know what it's like having your own. I did think the scene was cute. I'm not going to lie. I was laughing and chuckling along. And I felt like, this was definitely a wake up call for Latrice. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about Latrice babysitting the baby? And what did you think about Tambra's rules?
Listen, kids have energy, but I didn't understand why she was just letting her run around. Like, grab a toy, put on a television program. Like, you just let the kid have free reign of the house. So I was looking at Latrice like, I thought you had nieces and nephews and shit. You don't know what to do with the baby? Like, Lord, she was stressing me out. But I always think people will adjust once they have their own kids, even if they don't know what they're doing. As for Tambra's list, that is common of parents. That is extremely common of parents, and you will never watch my child because I am not putting poisonous McDonald's and sugary sodas, giving them rotten teeth before they could grow in. Ain't no way I would put that into my child. When I say I am bougie, bougie, bougie. But I mean, I didn't mind the scene. It was weird. If the man want to have a kid, he'll have a kid. I feel like Latrice is gonna do stuff all season to try and convince Cliff to have a baby with her because she's not really beefing with nobody. I don't even think this lady really wants a kid, if I'm being honest, y'all.
Shout out the way my heartstrings just did a backflip when my best friend just said, "You will not watch my
Hell
child."
no. Orange soda and a Happy Meal? If you don't get cut up an apple and put some peanut butter on it, get some celery with some peanut butter, the what they call it, ants on the log. I am a weird person. I feel like children we should not poison with the shit that we put in their body. Let them have it for a treat here and there. I'm not like a total stiffler, but
Uncle James is the treat here and there.
hell no. Okay.
Child,
I told
I'll
my
be ready to
mama
give a
too.
baby a
She
candy.
can't my mama can't watch my child either. I've told her that. She really took offense to it and cried. Ask me why. Because she gonna have my child eating foo and goat, and then if it's not that, it's Popeye's chicken. I can't do it.
Well,
Nope.
here's the thing. I'm not offended and not in my feelings like that. I said you just tugged on my heartstring because I'm over 1,000 miles away from you. So it's not like I could get to you and you ain't got no baby. So
Oh, but I could get to you. Now now if I ever have a kid and the motherfucker drive me crazy enough, I'm putting them on a flight to you.
why I got to
And
get them when they
for
bad? Why I
that
can't have
weekend, they
them?
can have as much McDonald's as they want.
No,
Amen.
if I'm still currently with the one I'm with, it ain't gonna happen. Trust me, he ain't gonna let me do it. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, he's not gonna let me do
That's
it. He don't
actually
even.
good.
So yeah, it won't happen. Like literally, I'm gonna be itching for but I know I can't do it because I do follow in suit with health. I think that is
Oh, is he
important.
healthy?
Hmm.
Oh, that's
So
my
yeah,
nigga. That's
yeah.
what's up.
So it wouldn't happen the way that happened.
That's
Now, if
good
I was
because you love soda, y'all. I went to visit James a couple months ago. He didn't have shit in his refrigerator but soda. There was Coca-Colas and Sprites and Sprite with flavor. He had so much soda and he had water, hella water too, stacked up to the ceiling. You will never be thirsty.
y'all see how she just tell my business, but anyways, let's get into
Nothing's wrong
the.
with that. At least you got water. You don't drink tap.
No, I don't. You can't. Not in Phoenix. No, you can't do. No, absolutely not. I don't even think I would do it in California. But anyways, Tampa. Y'all see how Tampa forgettable. Tamara and Demond have their date, and you know, you know, she says, "Oh my gosh, I am so nervous leaving London Saloon with Latrice, but I feel okay about it because Demond, we haven't had any time together." We learned that, unfortunately, Demond's mom has passed away. May she rest in peace. I know that's a lot to go through, especially with Tambra having her father having a serious health condition as well. I know that cannot be easy, and to not take the time to decompress and go through the motions. Yeah, I can only imagine. When my father passed, I lost my fucking mind. So I can only imagine what they're going through. So, my heart goes out to them, and definitely take time for each other if y'all are really together and this is a real thing. Definitely take the time, like call up somebody mama, call up somebody cousin, and let the baby go so y'all can really decompress because that's what you're going to need. So definitely take some time out for you. But definitely my heart goes out to them. Is there anything you want to talk about with their date, Mrs. Best?
You said what? I'm so sorry.
Tamara and Demond's date. I just
Uh-uh.
kind of explained what they were
Uh-uh.
going through. Okay.
Nope. Let me tell you this. Why is this lady still allowed to get a free check? Where's my free check? This bitch is on TV week after week after week. And, Tambra clocked in, Westside Tambra clocked in. She did. But it was like for 3 minutes. It was 3 minutes and then she ran off to her car. I don't feel like these people are together. I don't understand why they were on a date. They made a beautiful kid. I'm just not interested in seeing Tambra on this show. Yes, AB.
Oh,
Yes.
she
I
did
don't
mention that she had other embryos and stuff like that and other
like,
children. Do you
why are
think?
you playing with us like this? You almost died giving birth to this baby. And she's a blessing and she's beautiful and she's here, but like I don't understand what Tambra is doing on this show. I don't dislike Tambra. I actually do not dislike her, but I do feel like they should demote her to a friend of at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Latrice does not want a kid talk about downtime. Right? Kids should eat fast food junk. I know that. I'm just saying. Every now and then it's okay for them to have a treat. Hi, Shana. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I haven't watched the show in weeks. You ain't missing nothing. You're not missing nothing at all. They ain't together. Yeah, I don't believe they're together either. I think this is definitely for the show. I do. I think this is for the show. So the next thing we have is Selena's bridal shower. She walks in. Now, this will be the first time that she physically meets Miss Stacy. That was another thing that was odd to me. Now, Miss Stacy does not live in Mississippi. She lives somewhere else. Um, I will say this before I say my next comment. The venue was absolutely beautiful. This is where Selena wanted to have her wedding originally, but the venue was not available on the date of the wedding. So she decided to do her bridal shower there, which to me, I kind of feel like, how much is this place? Because a bridal shower for me, I would not want so much of an extravagant place that actually was supposed to be my wedding venue. I would not want that. Like I would feel like, damn, this is what I'm missing out on, especially if the next venue isn't as extravagant or elegant as this place was. But Miss Stacy did her thing, y'all. For her not to be present with Miss Stacy at any point other than FaceTime, Miss Stacy did that. She said she came to take all the credit. Whoever the other young lady was really did everything. Miss Stacy just oversaw the details, and it was absolutely beautiful. She actually had also a table dedicated to her son as well because she wanted her son to be a part of it. I thought she did a great job. Mrs. Best, how did you feel the bridal showers venue looked and all that?
It was pretty. It almost looked like a wedding. And I thought that the little part that she did for Selena's son, I thought that was nice. It's important to pay attention to those details. I have no complaints. Listen, Selena bores me, but I'm sure that her wedding and her dress and all of that will be beautiful.
Yes, I'm hoping for the best. I only saw a couple pictures that Tambra had posted of her wedding, so I didn't get to see the whole thing, but we'll see. I'm sure they'll have it a part of the show. Um, from there, we have Letitia gets there first, and she walks in. Everyone has to wear a shade of pink because it's 50 Shades of Pink. So everyone has to wear pink getting there. So Letitia gets there, and then Carrie gets there. And Carrie came in, on 10 with all kinds of different energy. Carrie was like, hey, and everything. And she's talking. And meanwhile, Miss Stacy is giving Selena, the rundown and was telling her what she needs to do, what needs to happen next, and everything. So, Carrie's okay. So, was Selena like a bridezilla or was she sweet? And Miss Stacy says she's probably in the middle of both, and I think I can agree with Miss Stacy because of the whole indecisiveness that Selena has had and the fact that she's taking forever to make a decision. So, Miss Stacy continues with her conversation, and Carrie's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You're not supposed to overwhelm her today. This is supposed to be easy and everything like that. You're not supposed to do that. And like, I don't want to hear all this. And so Letitia was like, okay, well, Carrie, we can walk away and give them a moment. And she goes, well, I'm just saying, I don't want her to be under stress and everything. And I said, Carrie. And Carrie in her confessional says that getting married and planning a wedding and planning the bridal details, this is why you hire a coordinator so they could take the stress off of you. Now, in hindsight, Carrie is correct. However, the approach, the delivery was completely off. I didn't know what the fuck just happened. I thought we had cut to something else, and I thought I missed something. But no, Carrie came in with all kinds of different energy, and I'm like, Carrie, you are a guest. You're not in the wedding party. You're not in anything. You need to calm down. I think you are projecting because of that mother-in-law situation. This ain't the time. This ain't the forum. And had it been me, I would have put Carrie's ass out. I really would have, because I don't need all this catastrophe. If nobody else is doing this, you shouldn't be either. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about Carrie walking in with her energy?
Repeat that. Sorry.
No, I was asking, how did you feel about Carrie walking in with her energy and what she was doing when it came to her questioning Miss Stacy and everything?
Carrie's just very abrasive. Like, it's somebody's wedding. Be quiet. You know. Like, I just feel like it's certain types of events. Like, be quiet. It's not about you. Celebrate the person. Yes, I get she was trying to come from a good place and make sure Selena wasn't stressed, but it's like I still feel like she did too much.
I agree. She definitely did too much. I just feel like that wasn't the forum, because when you're not in the wedding part, I could see if Carrie was a bridesmaid, definitely do that for me. If you see that I'm overwhelmed and have too much going on, and my coordinator is doing the absolute most with bombarding me, definitely step in. But if you're just a guest, no, you don't need to do that. I got this. Before I move on later in the scene, I'm gonna get some of these comments here. Shana said, or American Horror said to Shana, they split up. They was never together. I don't believe her and Demond were ever together. I feel like maybe they got together for a little bit, and then something with that, whoever that other young lady is, when Marie and Letitia were giving her trouble, whoever that friend was, I think they broke up then and just kind of kept it going for the show. I really do. Hi, Dr. Jim Bunny. Everyone say happy birthday to my girl, Dr. Jim Bunny. It is her birthday today. So please say hello and happy birthday. Dr. Jim Bunny has been rocking with me from the very start of my channel. From the very beginning, she is still hanging there with me. Definitely consider her a friend. That's my girl. So you guys make sure you say happy birthday to her. No problem. Sorry I had to out you, friend. I had to do it because I always gonna show my day one's love. I am. Miss Stacy did amazing. She did. She did do amazing. I loved it. I loved everything about. I would hire Miss Stacy. I would. I would definitely hire her. Hey JB, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yes, everyone. Hi, Miss AK. You girl, you be killing me. I be having a good old time in our group chat. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. All right, let me see. I got all this come, and my dryer is going off. My clothes are done. She was irritating. Like, y'all, I was like, if somebody don't get Carrie, tell her to go sit down. Lord. I'm sorry, y'all. I was with Carrie because Stacey giving those details was unprofessional. She only asked one question. And as I said, Carrie's not wrong. It's just not her place. Like, she's not wrong at all. I don't think Carrie is wrong. That's why I said it's not. I agree with Carrie. I do. I just don't think this was appropriate. I don't think it was appropriate. I don't think it was something that she should have done. Um, Going forward from here, yes, they don't give. They don't. They don't give couple at all. Yes, let me go ahead and save the comments. All right. Was it me or was it me or was it 20 people in the bridal shower? I feel like it was more than that. I do. I feel like it was more than that. I do. I think it was the way the camera angle, because maybe not everybody signed on to do the show. I think that's what it could have been. Maybe not everybody, signed on to be a part of Belle Collective. Maybe that's why they couldn't show, because they did only focus on two tables, the tables that her children were at, and then the Belle Collective ladies. So yeah. I don't think Tamra and Damon were together either. I think they had an agreement to have a baby, and that's it. I mean, Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yes, say happy birthday to Dr. Jen. Yes, definitely say it. Yes, happy birthday to my girl. So we gonna move in. Mrs. Best has dropped off. I don't know if she'll be continuing with us. She may be having trouble with tech issues. StreamYard be doing a lot, y'all. It really do. But when she comes back, we'll make sure we, bring her back in. Let me see here. What happened? Okay, James, I understand. Elaborate, because I don't know what I did. Oh, you're talking about yeah. Sometimes these comments are going fast. Okay, I see what you're saying now. Sorry. Tamara's voice is so annoying. I've been trying to ignore. Child, Tamara's voice is crazy. It is. Carrie's the new motor mouth for this. Oh my goodness, such a new motor mouth. Welcome back, Mrs. Bed. Because Carrie be doing a lot, y'all. She do. She do. Tamara's voice is like chalk on the chalkboard. I don't know what Tamara's voice is like, but Tamara, I, I had listen. I have to have a grain of salt with Tamara. I'd be like, oh my god, stop talking, please, and thank you. So they start playing little cute games, the little normal bridal shower games, and you know that was pretty much the whole scene. It wasn't really much of anything. We did see the lady from Bring It, who was the matron of honor. I forgot her name. And Oh, I wrote about those about Latrice's wig, baby. When Latrice walked up with that wig with that bag, I don't know why Bitty Bitty Bum Bum from Selena came up to my head, but that's what I was thinking when I was like, I said Bitty Bitty Bum Bum, Bitty Bitty Bum Bum. I was singing that song as soon as when Latrice was walking up. It was giving definitely 1994 Selena Quintanilla. Yes, it was absolutely. Y'all gotta stay off my girl Carrie because the way I'm aware Latrice out next week is about this room situation on their trip. I may bring you up on my channel so you can go off on my channel. Keywan, I'm finna come on my channel, y'all, because I want to see what she gonna say, and then she go on her own channel and do the same thing. What I do this time? Okay, so Mrs. Best, I don't know if I got. Did I get your opinion on Carrie? I don't.
Probably not. I had no service for a second.
Oh, okay. So I was asking, how'd you feel about Carrie in that situation with Selena? And
Oh, I did answer that. I did
okay,
answer
I just
that.
want to make sure. I didn't know at what point you dropped off, so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss nothing. But overall, I felt it was a great bridal shower. How about you? How did you feel about the bridal shower?
It was cool. It was cool. Again, Selena bores me, but congrats on love.
Yes. So now the final scene of the show, y'all. Please bear with me, because y'all, I'm gonna try, because as we say, this is Keywan's girl. This is Keywan's girl, but I'm gonna try. So Matt and Carrie go out to lunch, and Matt's mom's gonna join them a little bit later. But in the time of they're going out, he's putting out a lot of different things of, what's going on with them, their finances, and he brings up the Mobile location because, she has a Brick and Spoon Mobile, Alabama location. And she told him, listen, we had two potential buyers. Both of them have financial questionable marks on them. One tried to get a loan now. He wasn't approved, so he couldn't do it. The other one was trying to do some monthly installment plan that was very questionable. And I warned you about him. So I don't know where this is going. But if it does not get bought by the end of this month, that's going to be $20,000 out of our pocket that we have to come forward with. And Matt's like, oh no, we can't do that. And she goes, yeah, and I'm under stress. And he's like, well, listen, like I keep telling you, you need to close the door on that building. Like, we gonna be out a lot of money if you don't close the door. And she goes, man, you don't think I'm trying? And she throws like this big ass tantrum. She goes, I'm trying, like I'm trying to get there. Y'all don't know what it's like to sit up there and have all these businesses, these multi-million-dollar businesses, have all this debt on me and everything. And y'all just want sunshines and rainbows to happen. Your mama want me to cook and clean at the house. I'm tired. Nobody understands what I go through. And here you go, wanting me to close my $100 million business with us to have all this back end debt that we going to have. I'm trying to sell it so I can make a profit. Now, I understand where Carrie is coming from because nobody wants to close the door on the business and have back end debt from that. However, you cannot be irresponsible with it either. You need to do 2 or 3 things. You need to close it down and put a for sale sign on it. So that way you're not funding out the money for your business to stay open, all for you to find a buyer. You need to do something that is going to put y'all at least in the rear. So I'm sorry, Carrie, as much as I understand where she is coming from, and as much as I understand that she really does not want to go out the way it may have to go, you need to do something where it's not going to bite you in the back, because I've known people who've opened restaurants and had back end debt because they were trying to keep it open and the place just couldn't stay open. So you need to do something. I get you being frustrated, and this is another thing. Matt is also a big problem too, because I feel like, once again, I understand challenging her and putting pressure on her to do the right thing. But at the same time, this is where you have to start drawing up, walls where, hey, are the finances together? Is it like Pinky and old boy's business where it's strictly on her and not affecting him? Like, this is where you need to start asking questions now, because it's getting to a point where she's going to keep the business open, and Carrie pretty much does what she wants to do. And as they're conversating and Carrie's getting emotional, income Miss Marlene right on cue. She's saying, what's going on? And she goes, are you okay, Carrie? And Carrie said, I've been better. She gives her a hug and sits back down. She said, well, listen, I brought the sunshine. And I said, oh, no. Ma'am, now's not the time. I see where this is going. Now's not the time. I hope Carrie handles this better than most people would. But I do, like I said, I understand both sides of it. I do, y'all. I understand both sides of it. But I feel like Carrie is being stubborn, like Matt said. I do feel like she's being stubborn. Carrie, you got to do it. Like, you cannot put yourself in financial disarray over this place. Like, you got 2 successful businesses from this. You still are successful. This just didn't work out. But Mrs. Best, how do you feel about this back and forth about the Brick and Spoon Mobile, Alabama location?
I think Carrie is the type to take out her frustration on Matt, like he said, as her, like, using him like a punching bag, because he was trying to be supportive, and it's like, yes, you're going to be in debt, but she was like, she just kept saying, nobody's listening to me, nobody cares about me. It's like he was trying to, but she wouldn't shut the hell up to listen to the fact that he was trying to support her. So I think she just crashes out when she gets overwhelmed. I don't even think this is like how she is, but I do think she struggles with listening to other people, and then you add Cruella in that, and it probably just makes it even worse. I don't know. If I was Matt, I would just keep my mama and my wife separate, personally.
I feel like you need to keep finances separate too, if you ask me, but nobody's asking me. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I totally agree. I think Carrie does use him as a punching bag, and I think that he's getting to a point where he's tired of it, but he doesn't know how to go about changing the dynamics, which could be really dangerous the way he's doing it by involving his mother. I don't feel like that's something that you should do, is involve your parents in something that really has nothing to do with her. So let's go into the comments. Y'all talk about Tambra's voice. What's Tambra's real voice? I never heard it. Oh no, you heard it. When Tambra get mad and angry, about to jump off, that's the real voice right there. That's the real voice. Yes, I was looking for something about her voice in this chop. Now, Miss A, you know my elevator don't go all the way. Keywan, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Carrie, I like you, but $1 million businesses, man, bye. I'm not even going to get into that because I also looked at it as well. Now, collectively, depending on where Brick and Spoon is, all in the US and maybe adjacent countries that it could be in, it may collectively together. Like McDonald's is $1 billion industry. Not every McDonald's makes $1 billion, but it's still $1 billion industry. Maybe she meant it like that. We'll give her that because I do believe it is highly successful because it's more than one location. She only owns three at this point. So maybe, that's what she's talking about. Keywan King, oh, not the basement. I agree, $1 million. Y'all stop playing with this lady. I'm, sh- I'm sure I don't think now. I don't think it's this. I don't think it's not no $100 million business. I don't think that, but I do think it does collectively. All of them, the ones she owns and the ones alike, make some $1 million, y'all. She do too much. Oh, I love that. Now, see, she turning up on her birthday, y'all. Not Thomas Dolby, girl. In the words of my girl Kiwa, Dr. Jid, a timeout. That Thomas, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it, y'all. I can't unsee it now, y'all. Yeah, she is being stubborn. They both do too much. I agree. I feel this situation with Matt, Mom, and Carrie is too performative. Yeah, I kind of see it that way too, just because I did go back and watch Carrie's group trip. His mom was there with the auntie and her mama cooking that gumbo. So I do think it's a performative action. I do think that they do have tension because the tension does seem relatable, but I don't think it's all of that. I really don't. I don't think it's all of that. Kelly is disrespectful. She overtalks folks. She don't listen. She listens to respond. That's because Carrie, and I'm gonna say this: Carrie is spoiled.
She don't like to be wrong either.
Yeah, Carrie is. Is she a Taurus like me? When is Carrie's birthday, y'all? She must be a Taurus. Let me see. Does she have Google Wikipedia yet? Yeah, she don't have it yet, y'all. But I feel like she's a Taurus. She gives me. She remind me of my mama. She gives Taurus energy. She do. I don't know why, but she do. I will say this: Carrie and her family are given more than. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, they are. 100%. That's because we can't believe none of the other storylines. That's why hers is a lot more believable. Like, I could believe the trouble in her marriage. I could believe the business, troubles, and I can see the mother in law dynamic. That is all real life. Because if it's not happening like realism, it's still a relatable realism. Like, people have issues with in-laws, people have business troubles, people have trouble in their marriages. All the things that she is showcasing is a real life thing. Now, whether if it's performative or not for the show is to be questioned, but absolutely it is relatable. 100%. Support both channels, like the comment, subscribe, and head to the corner. I know that's right. I know that's right, y'all. She gonna put y'all in time out. I'm a Taurus and I don't act like that. I'm a Taurus as well, and I can be stubborn. I can be stubborn. Sometimes I don't listen, and sometimes I can make it easier myself, but I'm in my own way. Therapy helps y'all, I promise you. But I'm not like Carrie. That to me, I don't fight the world like that. Like, that's not who I am. But I can be stubborn and I can be in my own way, and sometimes I don't listen. Blame my mama, y'all. She raised me. But anyway, y'all, that was pretty much it. That was Belle Collective. Mrs. Best, any final words on Belle Collective?
Again, I just hope it gets better. I kind of agree with Keywan. No one's really given anything outside of Carrie and her family.
Yeah. Absolutely. But that was it, y'all. That was Bell Collective. So this is one or two lives I will have today. The next live is going to be right now. We are going to do Heart and Hustle Houston. It was a fairly decent episode. So you guys don't want to miss out on that. Thank you to everybody who has shown up. Thank you, all of you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to me, replay gain. Hey, leave me a comment if you're able to. Make sure you're subscribing. You like the video well as well. And I will see you guys on my next live. Have a good one, y'all. Bye bye.